Hi, this is Cheryl back with you from Farmhouse Frugally. And today I have a beautiful a Flippin' Furniture Friday for you. Happy Valentine's Day as well. We are starting with this very worse for wear sewing machine table. Very vintage and almost antique, and definitely has been used and abused and no doubt loved once upon a time. This is actually the kind of sewing machine that I learned to sew on when I was a teenager. My mother actually had her bachelor's degree in home economics, and so she was very fond of sewing and all things home. So that is probably how I get my love of home. Now, this thankfully somebody has taken the machine out of, because otherwise it would be far too heavy for me. And honestly, I want to use it in a bedroom makeover that I am putting together, so I don't want the sewing machine in it. I'm actually going to use it for a bedside table. The Flippin' Furniture Friday collaboration is hosted by Dawn at Shabby Meets Bling and Zaina at OK at Home DIY. Please check out their channels in my description box, as well as the playlist of all the other creators flipping their furniture as well. To be honest, everything in me wanted to paint this. I really had a beautiful color in mind. It just didn't go with the rest of the ideas that I had already pulled together. So the first thing that I did after cleaning this entire piece was to take out some Restore a Finish to see if it would be at all possible to simply refresh this by trying to bring that back to life with the probably shellac that is already on it. It did a fairly good job, I would say, on the body of the piece, except for the top, which is in such bad shape. And I just didn't know, knowing that it was probably veneer, how much I wanted to have to sand this. So I took some time to go over the whole thing with the Restore a Finish to see what I had to work with. So after I finished that, I recognized that I was definitely going to have to do a little more to the top. I am asking my husband if he has any 4/0 steel wool, because I thought that perhaps I might be able to simply use this same product on the top and just use a little bit more of the steel wool and take down some of the shellac and bring this back to life. So he found me some steel wool, and since I had my gloves on, just went ahead and continued to pour that over and over onto the steel wool and add more and more and more grit. The steel wool absolutely helped a little bit on that, but definitely the more I did, the more I realized probably not going to be enough. But I figured I would go over the entire piece and just pull that back and then wipe it all back with a cloth. At least that way it would, have a little drink and definitely shine up the pieces and parts of this sewing table that, that it could get hold of. But the tabletop still looking a little worse for wear. Did a pretty decent job on the legs and on the sides, because of course those didn't really get much in the way of wear and tear over the last 75, 80 years. So after I finished using the steel wool all over the entire piece, I decided that I would wait overnight and determine whether or not I wanted to do something different with the top. I thought about a paint inlay, or, adding some transfers to it. But for the purpose that I have for it, it is a little bit limited because the dresser already has inlays on it, and there is a quilt that is homemade, and it just had specific colors in it that didn't really seem to lend itself to, and I thought painting just the top of it might look a little bit odd. So the next day I decided that I really was going to have to break out the sander and sand back the top and stain it. Also, there's one patch on the right side that is a little different in color than the rest. So the next day, I decided I would just take a sandpaper and I didn't want to have to bring this down cellar. My husband wasn't home, so I decided to just take some sandpaper and sort of sand in place and then clean up the mess. The interior was looking really good, and most of the legs were looking good. So basically, I just took that down a little bit with some sandpaper and got the bulk of that shellac and the odd stuff off. Couldn't deal with that gouge, of course, without wood filler, so it was going to have to be as it was there. So then once I had that done, I decided to go and see what I had for stain colors. I didn't have cherry or mahogany, but I did find the color espresso, which is dark and I have used before. So before I decided to go ahead, especially since I had sanded and used steel wool on it, I decided to use a wood conditioner first. So this is becoming a little bit more product and time than I had anticipated, but I did go ahead, wipe the entire thing down with the wood conditioner first, and then wipe that back with a cloth, and then wait the allotted time. And then once that was finished, I took out the espresso stain, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be too dark because it tends to be a little on the darker side. So I gave that a test and I liked it. So, and I figured with the top of it, the darker the better. I knew I wasn't going to be able to deal with those gouges, but at least if I could fill in some of the rings and just worn away parts of that might be sufficient. I did end up restaining the entire piece and then going back and giving just the top a second coat of stain, since the rest of it was really looking so good. So you can see the difference here. I am not sure if the legs were held together with some other form of brace in the past or not, but there was a little bit of wobbly door. That door kept kind of hanging down just a little bit. So once I was finished, I just took the flathead screwdriver, screwed the hinges of that door in really well, and then that was sufficient to make this stay the way I wanted it. So this is the original, what we started with, which, by the way, I did, if I didn't tell you, get at my dump. Somebody had just left it there. And this is what it looks like now that it has been conditioned and stained and refreshed. I'm kind of thankful that I didn't paint it because I really do like to restore back to its original whenever I can. I will, however, have a piece coming in the next month or two. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to get to it, so I'm hoping for some warmer weather, but it will definitely be painted and it will be gorgeous. So make sure you are subscribed. And then here it is, all dressed up with some of the vintage feeling items that I thought would go very well with it, to give you an idea of back in the day sewing class. So here we are, hoping to keep this piece for another 20, 30, 40 years, who knows, and especially keep it out of the landfill. So I would love to know what you think about this refresh. I know that these are fairly common, easy to come by, usually inexpensive. So let me know if this has given you any ideas about refinishing or refreshing a piece that you might have. And don't forget to check out the playlist of all the others. If you are not subscribed, please hit subscribe. I am so grateful you have stopped by, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.